Hey guys, so I'm going to bleach these knots on this 5x5 closure. I really don't like this texture, so I probably will not advertise it, but the closure itself is pretty good. Just trying out a new fender. So here we go. I've already mixed my bleach at this point. I'm using 40 volume developer and some bleaching powder. So you want to mix that to like a clumpy consistency, not runny. You see how it's a little difficult for me to spread because it's not runny. So I like this consistency. It's not as loose to actually run through the lace, but it will sit on top and just get those knots nicely bleached the way I like. This is a HD closure, so the knots are really small. I actually like the lace. I really like this lace. Not really a fan of the hair texture. Not something I want to go with. So just don't worry about the hair texture. You may like it. I don't. So I'm focusing on a more natural hair texture, so this just not going to get it for me. I'll probably straighten this, maybe cut it into a bob or something like that. But this is going to be a custom unit that I'm going to make on the sewing machine. And yeah, that's about it. I mean, the hair quality is great. Just not the texture I want to sell. So, but we're going to move on because we have it. So yeah, I'm just continue to dab this in, try not to press too hard. Just get it coated, cover the lace. We want to bleach the knots. So you see how that kind of dripped through because I was a little heavy-handed, but I'll fix that. I like to cover mine with some foil just to activate the heat, get that going, and then I'll flip it over and put another piece of foil right on top. You just want to lock in as much heat so this bad boy can process quickly, because I'm really not trying to be at this all day, you know what I'm saying? Like, ugh. I love making wigs and stuff like this, but it definitely requires like a self-motivation. So now I'm just checking it, and yeah, she not ready. So back under the foil she goes. All right, so I feel like she's ready. So I'm going to go ahead and clean her up. Rinse this bleach off. Yeah, she lifted nicely. So the hair is pretty good quality. So, what I usually do is I will shampoo. I will use a neutralizing shampoo just to stop the activating process. You can do that, or you can use any type of shampoo. Like, come on, y'all, it's shampoo. You just want to get it clean. Make sure there's nothing left on the lace. No bleach, no chemicals, nothing. So get it clean. Whatever shampoo you want to use it. You know what I'm saying? You can always use the shimmer lights. Like, everybody likes that. It's a pretty good go-to. Oh, yeah. Yeah, she bleached nicely. I ain't mad at it. Not at all. But I will go in with, one of the things I like to do is I don't necessarily use the Shimmer Lights shampoo because I feel like it's too concentrated and you waste a lot by trying to, soak it down with some water just to loosen up that purple. So I'll use the conditioning Shimmer Lights. That's what I just put on here, the conditioning Shimmer Lights. For some reason, it foams up like a shampoo and conditions at the same time, but it's also going to tone those knots and get that brassiness out without staining the lace purple or being just too much. Like, I don't know. Me personally, I like the Shimmer Light shampoo, but for this purpose, I don't use it. I use the Shimmer Lights conditioner. So I'm just rinsing that out. I could have let it sit on there, but I'm ready to move on and make this wig, so what I did do was effective enough. And there's the Shimmer Lights conditioner. Again, you see how that is, it's concentrated, but it's definitely not giving what Shimmer Light shampoo does. Like, it's not that purple. It's more of a platinum, which is good enough for me, because it's definitely, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's going to get the job done. You should give it a try. Comb that through, just so we can just, and you see the texture. Like, it's pretty, but not what I'm looking for. Just a little too loose. But yeah, just keep watching. Then we'll get to the next up is plucking. And I'm going to do as much detail with plucking, because my plucking has changed over the years. And I feel like the way that I do it now is more effective. You get the results you're looking for. And you're not balding your lace. So just stay tuned. Keep watching. Alright, so here we go. I got my tweezers. Isn't she cute? But yeah, so this is how I do it now. So comb it all the way through. You don't want any snags. Make sure it's nice and good. I like to part everything down the middle and do it all in sections. I'm also doing this so that you can see the difference between one side, the plucked side, and the non-plucked side. But basically all I did was just part this down the middle, and then I'm going to get to it. So I like to go back maybe about 1.5 inches, 2 inches into the closure, and then I'll separate that like this, and just get that out of the way. Comb everything through. You don't want any knots or snags. The part doesn't have to be perfect, but just, separate the hair. Look, my OCD is trying to make it perfect. Child, I'm a mess. Anyway, so now, let me tilt this forward so you can see. Okay. Alright, so now I'm just going to go in and I'm going to start plucking. Make sure your tweezers are facing downward with the pointy end facing upward, This is how you want to hold it so you don't put a hole in your lace. Okay, so I just really just go and plucking. There's no rhyme or reason to how I do this. I just pluck. I go in like up and down, constantly plucking. I try not to stay in the same place too long, but child, we just pulling hair out at this point, you know what I'm saying? And then I'll comb it out. Then I'll take another section, nice thin slice, separate, and then I'll repeat that first step all over again and just start plucking. Just start pulling the hair. You know, you wanna pluck, you know, in a downward motion, like going back. The hair needs to always come, you need to be pulling towards you. So I'm gonna just comb that out. This is the hair that I've gotten from that section. Like, if you don't have a floor full of hair, even though it doesn't even, like, you would think this thing should be bald by how much hair is gonna end up on the floor, but no, we're plucking, but we're not going crazy. Like, you just keep moving. You will be plucking, but you will not be creating bald spots. So again, I just continue to do the same process until I get to the top. So just check this out. No rhyme or reason. We just know, try not to stay in the same place too long. Alright, so now I'm at the front. And this is when you get to kind of like customize, because you'll be able to see the dense areas and where you don't need to pluck anymore, and where you need to pluck a little bit more. But ultimately, we're creating a hairline, so we just want to kind of thin that out, but not completely bald it in the front. We just want it to kind of blend. It needs to be like a very natural transition. So I'll just go in and I'll start plucking right at the hairline, just to pull out those so-called baby hairs that they like to leave on there. Like, nobody ever uses those. Those are like the first to go. They either get burned off by the bleach, or they just end up being overly processed, because they're like strays. Just loose hair. Like, I don't even understand it. I like to see somebody that actually uses that baby hair to create baby hair. Girl, what are you doing? But whatever, to each his own. So I'm just gonna continue to pluck, and while I'm doing it, I'm making sure I'm pulling all of that hair back. I want it flat so I can see exactly what my hairline is doing. So it's looking pretty good already, but I have some areas that are darker than others, and we want to, like I said, make a nice transition. So you just go in like I'm doing. You may want to scoop back a little with your tweezers, a little bit behind the hairline wherever it's dark, and just start plucking there. And then you will start to see a very nice hairline. It's almost like it should come out looking like if you took a bunch of spritz, sprayed down your edges, and then combed them back with a fine-tooth comb. That's what your closure, frontal, whatever should look like after plucking. So here's the comparison. The plucked side, the unplucked side. And that's all because we didn't start at the hairline. We went into the closure and started plucking. Like, if you're not plucking your wigs, your frontals, your closures this way, like, what's the point of having like a very thin looking hairline and then you have that dark, dense line of hair just build up right behind it? Like, our hairlines don't look like that. But, you know, I like this way. I'm going to continue to pluck this way now. You know, it's all a learning process. The more you do it, the more you start to figure out what works for you, what you consider nice looking, and what you consider nah sis. So I'm gonna do this all over again on the other side. It's the same process. Yeah, so just keep watching. I'm gonna head to sit right.
They can't see me like Houdini, move discreetly. I go poof. They can't see me like Houdini, Lamborghini. It go poof. They can't see me like Houdini, move discreetly. I go poof. They can't see me like Houdini, Lamborghini. It go poof. Yellow polka dot bikini with the secret 100 proof. First they meet me, then they treat me, then they leave me. I'm like, oops. I'm too sneaky, I'm too cheeky, I'm too freaky. They like, oof. If you free me, I'm a sweetie, don't believe me. It's the truth. They can't see me like Houdini, move discreetly. I go poof. They can't see me like Houdini, Lamborghini. It go poof. They can't see me like Houdini, move discreetly. It go poof. They can't see me like Houdini, Lamborghini. It go poof. Limo tint so they don't see me. Dudes be creepy. They on goofs. I got Mimi, I got Kiki, I got Phoebe. Don't need you. When they need me, I'm the easy fly like ET. I'm coming through. Ain't no freebie. Shout out CC out in 3 weeks. They can't see me like Houdini, move discreetly. I go poof. They can't see me like Houdini, Lamborghini. It go poof. They can't see me like Houdini, move discreetly. That's it. Go poof. They can't see me like Houdini, Lamborghini. It go poof. I go poof. Like Houdini, I go poof. They can't see me like Houdini, move discreetly. I go poof. They can't see me like Houdini, Lamborghini. It go poof. Yellow polka dot bikini with the sea breeze 100 proof. First they meet me, then they treat me, then they leave me. I'm like, oops. I'm too sneaky, I'm too cheeky, I'm too freaky. They like, oof. If you free me, I'm a sweetie, don't believe me. It's the truth. They can't see me like Houdini, move discreetly. I go poof. They can't see me like Houdini, Lamborghini. It go poof. They can't see me like Houdini, move discreetly. It go poof. They can't see me like Houdini, Lamborghini. It go poof. Limo tint so they don't see me. Dudes be creepy. They on goofs. I got Mimi, I got Kiki, I got Phoebe. Don't need you. When they need me, I'm the easy fly like ET. I'm coming through. Ain't no freebie. Shout out CC out in 3 weeks. They can't see me like Houdini, move discreetly. I go poof. They can't see me like Houdini, Lamborghini. It go poof. They can't see me like Houdini, move discreetly. That's it. Go poof. They can't see me like Houdini, Lamborghini. It go poof. I go poof. Like Houdini, I go poof. They can't see me like Houdini, move discreetly. I go poof. They can't see me like Houdini, Lamborghini. It go poof. They can't see me like Houdini, move discreetly. I go poof. They can't see me like Houdini, Lamborghini. It go poof. Yellow polka dot bikini with the sea breeze 100 proof. First they meet me, then they treat me, then they leave me. I'm like, oops. I'm too sneaky, I'm too cheeky, I'm too freaky. They like, oof. If you free me, like Houdini, move
I've reached the
discreetly. I
front.
go they can't see me like Houdini, Lamborghini. It go they can't see me like Houdini, move discreetly. It go they can't see me like Houdini, Lamborghini. It go limo tint so they don't see me. Dudes be creepy. I got Mimi, I got Kiki, I got Freebie. Don't need you. When they need me, I'm the easy fly. I keep them coming through. Ain't no freebie. Shout out CC out in 3 ways. They can't see me like Houdini, move discreetly. I go they can't see me like Houdini, Lamborghini. It go they can't see me like Houdini, move discreetly. Let's go they can't see me like Houdini, Lamborghini. It go
I would be more than happy to record it
like Houdini. I go
and show you how I do it or how I learned how to do it or whatever. But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. Just giving scalp. I don't know. I might just keep this wig for myself. We'll see. I'm not a... We'll see. But I'm just really going over it and making sure everything looks good to me. And right here, I'm noticing a lot more darker, dense areas than I'd like. So, I mean, what I consider a natural looking hairline, like if you look in the mirror, one side of your head does not look like the other side of your head. So let's try not to be perfect at this, but you want it to look very natural. So if you feel like there's a little darker area, just, go in with your tweezers, pluck a little bit more. And remember, try not to pluck in the same area for too long. Just keep your hand and your arm moving at all times. Fingers plucking, arm moving constantly. That little side area was a little too dark for me. But I must say, she turned out really nice, just as I expected. So yeah, stay tuned for the next video. Will probably be of me making this custom unit with this closure and styling. But thank you for watching. Look at it. I guess now this felt like creating a little bun. Just so I can get an idea of what what it's gonna look like sitting on top of somebody's head. Not that you would have this thin ass bun on your head, but just pulling it all up, just getting a general idea. And yeah, I think she turned out pretty good. And like I said, once you actually put it on your client's head, then you can really see where you need to pluck more. But right now, straight out the box, she's ready. That other little side over there, I could hit that again. I most likely will, now that I have it pulled up. But that's an easy fix. Look at this little bun, y'all. Ain't she cute? But anyway, Again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.